Welcome back to Fighter Crypto. My name is Chase, level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to look at Chainlink on the weekly chart, and then we're even going to zoom out bigger to the monthly chart. We're going to check the macro scale, what to look for the next several months, if not years. We're looking at major targets, major support, major resistance. That's what this focus is going to be for today. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you need more help navigating these markets, want more content, plain and simple, follow us on Patreon, private Telegram group, linked there, and let's get right to it. So let's get going. Our major weekly resistance zone, that's what we're in right now, right? Why are we there? Well, look at the previous high. This is our high in our bear market, right? March of 2022, coming in hot to 2 years of this, right? We're not so far away now, is it? So our previous high, that closed at $18. That was our high since coming up here, right? So that's our next target, plain and simple. Take out 18. And that's why you see this kind of double highlighter zone here, right? So we have two zones. We have this bigger zone, which was, if we go all the way back, that was our kind of bull market low, our initial sell-off from July of 2021. That's that low close. That's where this low zone starts. And that's where prices have been stuck at since, right? We've been in that zone. The high part really is focusing on this top, and not only that, but this kind of low previous here. We kind of flip from support to resistance. You see this kind of flip, right? If you put on closing prices, you can see that a little bit more clear there, right? Support, broken down, flip to resistance, send it down, right? So that will be the key area. If we want Chainlink to zoom higher, you better have all eyes around the $19 level. If we can break out of all of this, right? If you see prices above $19 for Chainlink, get ready. The fireworks really start then. Because where's our next roadblock from there? It's way the hell over here. $27, $28, right? So from where we are now, that next target, if we break out, look at that move. That's over an 80% move to that area from current prices. Even from the top of this, of $19, we're looking at 40, 45% move. Right? That's the explosive move when Chainlink can really get its grip, so to speak, right? We're still kind of treading water here, right? This is just to get us out of the bear market and the long 500 plus day base, right? So that's the target to the upside. It's not if, it's when, right? So I don't know when it's coming, but I do know it is coming, right? You think Chainlink's really topping out here? Get real. All right, but now, let's pump the brakes and get on our realistic hats, right? I don't have a hat, so you're just going to have to pretend. Okay, so are we going to go there in the next week or two? I'm not so convinced, right? It's obviously going to depend on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin rips to 46, 50K, maybe. There's a lot of signs there as well, right? We're talking about this a lot in our Patreon group, so again, we talk about Bitcoin every day. Nothing's going to surprise us in Bitcoin, right? We're analyzing Bitcoin on every time scale, every day of the week. Okay, but Chainlink is going to follow that. Altcoins are going to follow that. However, altcoin market cap, this total 3, once 500 billion is breached, that's kind of breaking out zone, right? 500 billion in the altcoin market, it's knocking on the door, isn't it? Right? So if we come back up here, Chainlink especially, $19, that's what we're looking at. To the low side, we need to be watching for a close under the EMA 8 on the weekly. That's $14. A low close here. We're getting a couple of potential warnings on some indicators, which we'll look at in just a moment. But for my low target, if we come back down and, sentiment changes like that, which it can in crypto, right? If we go down, are we going back to $2? No, of course not, right? You want to be looking at the EMA 21 on the weekly chart. So as of right now, it's $11.50. That's rising week over week. So could be $12, $13 when we end up hitting it. What I'd ideally like to see is something around the $13 mark in a couple of weeks, maybe. Why? I'm glad you asked. This low back over here, look at this. So imagine a world where Chainlink price is cooling off, right? But we're back at this zone, and this 21 week is somewhere right in there, right? And we're just kind of churning and chilling out, and we end up holding that and start moving back up again. This is the rocket fuel, right? This is where we're going to get that 27 lunar landing, right, mission, right? This is where we go from here to here, and rather quickly, if this scenario plays out, right? The 21 week is where you're going to want to see. You want to have in context of previous lows, previous highs, support and resistance, everything working together, telling a story. So don't lose your mind if we start to move back down a little bit. If Bitcoin chills out a little bit, it's okay. Right? Okay, so let's look at some other warnings, potentially for the short term, the next handful of weeks to months of just maybe sideways or consolidation. We're losing our momentum and our stochastics, right? We haven't been this low since September, so keep that in mind, right? We're still high, we're still good, but the creators of this say that you need to be paying attention when the red line, right? That's the average of the blue, right? The blue is the actual one. The red is the average. So once you break back under 80, which we just did, that's a confirmation that the momentum is really triggering down. Okay, if you don't have momentum, it's hard to really make a bold move to the upside. Is it guaranteed? Of course not. There's no indicator on planet Earth that is 100% a lock. Don't let anyone else tell you any different. Okay, do you think every hedge fund in America would, and in the world and the planet, would be using one indicator if they could? Of course not, right? You're trying to use a handful of indicators telling you a story and all rhyming, and they all seem to be doing that. The ones I like to use are these in front of you, and one of my favorite ones that we talk about time to time is the Fisher transform, and not too many fake outs here. We do have them time to time, but usually not after major rallies. After major rallies or major downwards, right, and they trigger cross, it's usually pretty certain. Right, and what do we have? We just got a trigger sell on the weekly for Chainlink. That doesn't mean $2. Again, don't panic. It's just like you're likely entering a consolidation zone in the not so distant future. So there's the evidence. I know you probably not what you want to hear. You want to hear me come on here and say, hey, we're going to be at $30 next week. Okay. That's not what I created this group. There's plenty of other, shitcoin YouTubers out there that would happy to tell you all that, right? I'm here to tell you the facts always and forever, right? Just based on the charts. So that's why I created this, right? I'm always looking at bullish and bearish scenarios and trying to be unbiased as possible. Although, I mean, a neon sign, I'm a little bit biased, right? But just trying to get you out there that, don't fight the FOMO. If you haven't bought any Chainlink yet, right? You're like, should I go all in now? Right? Okay. So not only that, but what else am I going to say? If you haven't looked at the bottom of the screen, I invite you to look at said Bollinger Band. Now, if you know anything about Bollinger Bands, you would know that is another potential warning, right? The bands are closing up, right? If this was still back here where the mouth was open, right? Hey, we could go to whatever price. This has the odds against it, okay? Along with telling the story of the stochastic RSI, the Fisher transform that we just talked about, right? We're knocking on the door of the EMA8, right? So far, so good. We came down and held the line perfectly, which we talked about yesterday. And we could absolutely go to like 17, 18, maybe even 19, or maybe we get some kind of blow-off move. Altcoin market-wide, Bitcoin goes to 46, 47, 50K, something like that. Yeah, Chainlink's going to go with it. But we're watching this top like a hawk, right? I mean, look at this double top right here. And this is a double top, right? Because we took out the low. The double tops only confirm after the low is taken out. It's not a double top. If we come back up here, everyone would be like, well, it's a double top. No, it's not a double top. Okay. Double tops confirm after the low is taken out. Okay. A lot of people get that wrong. But now you know, right? And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe, right? So $19 Chainlink on the weekly scale. If we take that out, don't mistake that for weakness. Mistake that for strong boy, right? Chainlink above $19 on the weekly, it's go time. No matter how unhealthy we seemingly are, we've tested the EMA8, we've refueled a little bit. That's what you want to see. Bitcoin has not, right? So that's a little concerning. Bitcoin has still not tapped the EMA8. Chainlink's a little bit more healthy than Bitcoin. So I'm going to throw that out there. Maybe Bitcoin just goes sideways or doesn't have an epic meltdown. Altcoins can maybe come out to play a little bit more. Keep an eye on this total 3. That's your altcoin market. No Ethereum, no Bitcoin. If that hits 500 billion, in the words of one of the Ghostbusters, you're going to see some serious shit. Winston, damn it. No, that's not right. That might be right. Someone let me know. All right, let's get to our quote of the day. Hopefully that helped you. Things are not quite so simple always as black and white. Well, no shit, Doris. Wait till you see 2023 or 2022, 2021, right? The 2020s. Nothing's black and white. You can't even look at a man or a woman and tell them they're black and white, or man and woman, if that fact. Jesus Christ. All right, car of the day. Speaking of black and white, Lamborghini, you got that one. But what's the model? Any quizzes here? Any Lambo? Hopefully, a couple of you get this one. I mean, this is pretty iconic Lambo. It's the Diablo. Now, pop quiz, hot shot. True or false? This was the first or last Lamborghini with the true vertical doors. The current Lamborghinis aren't true vertical. They go out to the side a little bit, if you haven't noticed. The answer is false and true. It's neither, right? This isn't the first or the last. What was the first? The Lamborghini Countach. What was the last? I can't hear you, so I'll just go ahead and tell you. The Murcielago. The Lamborghini Murcielago was the last Lamborghini to have the true vertical doors. All right. We got a epic car over here. Any guesses what that is? That is the Mercedes 300 SL. If you can't tell just from that, you should, because look at the door. Is the doors just open? No, the doors 7 feet up, right? Those are the doors that go straight up, the butterfly doors. This kid wants a ride. This guy's getting his gun. Don't get in my car, kid. Yeah, this is a great looking car show. They're just amazing cars everywhere. If you couldn't tell by just these two, yeah, they're everywhere. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the good shit.